Alright, super quick intro today. Last video I asked you guys for your help getting over 1,000 subscribers, and you guys absolutely smashed that. It's like something like 25% of all my subscribers that I have now came from just that video, so thank you guys so much. That was also my most liked video by a long shot. Just wanted to say thank you guys so much for the support on the last video and helping me get over 1,000 subscribers. We are officially monetized, so I've got like $3 in ad revenue so far, so I'm gonna take myself to McDonald's and get like a hot and spicy McChicken today. It's all from you guys. Thank you. Alright, we got a huge rebound this week. So we got back across the $3,000 plane. We sold 61 items and we increased that sales price up past $50 again this week for some net sales of $2,100. Let's go see what we actually sold here. A little canceled order, y'all can ignore that. These built shorts and bather shorts, both pretty like low tier basic, but if you need some bolos for like the summertime when sales get slower, if you can find these for like $5, you know, you profit like $8 to $10. Shorts are so easy, I don't mind doing those. Little Y2K thermal shirt here. This one's Fox Racing. These like Y2K themed thermal shirts sell pretty quick for me, so took a best offer, 21 bucks. Fiore, you guys probably know Fiore. We got some First Form. Let's skip these two. Just a little basic vintage Sears piece. Just a cool tag. It was $5, so I got it. These Mack Weldon. I pretty much only pick up the Ace like jogger sweatpants from Mack Weldon. You'll know that they're the Ace jogger because they'll have this zipper pocket underneath the main pocket. And then, where is it? It's on the back side of like the heel. They have these little like elastic straps. But back to First Form. So this is a brand that is headquartered in St. Louis. So I see a lot of First Form stuff. I don't know if it's like employee stuff or like sponsored athletes or something. But for the most part, not a super great brand. Like you're not going to get a whole lot of money for it. A lot of the sell-through on a lot of the items not great. But this one item, this Can't Compete crew neck, this seems to have a very good sell-through rate. I don't remember what it was. I want to say it was around or just barely over 100%, but you'll know that you have this model when it's like a thick long sleeve shirt or a light crew neck. It has the thermal like waffle knit only on like the sleeves, and then this little like diamond cut here, and then there's a small like front pocket with two zippers. So that's how you know you have the Can't Compete crew neck. I sold these to the same buyer, so I took a little bit lower of an offer. You can get like $27-30 for these, but I made a little extra on the combined shipping for that. So some Y2K Adidas shorts, another good like summertime bolo if you guys need something. On Adidas stuff, this little square tag, this has the date on it, so I know these are from 2003. And if you didn't know, this little 6-digit code in the middle on these tags, this is the style code. So usually for these vintage pieces and like these random shorts and stuff, it won't pull up a model because a lot of people don't include that number. But if it's a modern piece, you can use that, and usually it will pull up a model. So that's something I use from time to time. Just a basic, this is a no-name profile. No one's ever heard of this, but it's cool vintage hoodie. Super long drawstrings and a half step. Very unique. I didn't know how to do the Y2K hoodie thing at this time, so maybe I could have got a little bit more money if I knew that. Alright, super basic piece. I haven't always picked these up, but I recently started promoting my items, so I'm moving through stuff a lot quicker now, so I felt more confident picking this up. It's only $5, no flaws at all on it, so just a real basic. Did I forget to put the full picture? I always forget to do the full body shot, dude. So I always start it with this fancy close-up, and I forget to just step back and do the full item. Still sold though, pretty fast too, 22 bucks, not bad. This is a nice little, like, a category I don't think people really talk about, just random vintage, like, chambray work shirts, like, Robux, like, size tag, faded out. You're going to expect an old work shirt to have flaws on it too. They usually have some flaws and they still sell for me about 20 bucks. So, yeah, you're not going to make a killing, you won't get a whole lot of money. But since they all look bad, the thrift stores price them all cheap. So, you know, a little give and take. All right. I have no clue what this is. I got this at a garage sale for like $5. There was more than one, but I was like, yeah. I wasn't finding very much, and I was like, yeah, let me just try this. It's interesting. It's vintage. It's motorcycle themed, so I did it. This was on discount for like 60% off for the longest. I think I listed it at 40 for some reason. I don't know why, but so I started promoting my listings. Like I said, I do 2% promotions. And this item, it would have been cheaper while it was on my markdown sale, but I stopped doing my markdown sale now that I'm promoting my listings. And someone sent me an offer for 25, so I was super happy to get that. So, very nice. Some Jordan, just Jordan basketball shorts. This is called a diamond cut. If you have like this little side pattern here, these usually do pretty well for me. So usually my thrifts will price these at like $9. You can sell them around 25 for the most part. Vintage Russell Athletic. I feel like this was on last week's. I don't know. That's weird. But just in case it wasn't, I really like this Russell Athletic tag. If it's made in USA instead of Mexico, bonus points. But I can even sell the made in Mexico stuff sometimes. So super good color. Very nice. It is only $5, so flipped into 25. This is bad. Please don't buy this. I don't know why I bought this. It was new with tags and it was $5 if I remember right. So, but honestly, right now, even if I saw these at the thrift store for $5, wouldn't take them. I don't want them. This is something I want though. 7 Diamonds 4-way stretch, specifically the 4-way stretch. I have good luck with these. So even when, like, you know, we'll just say it's an interesting pattern, you know, 27 bucks. Moving on. Polo Ralph Lauren, new with tags. This did have like some storage stains or deodorant stains or something on it. Still sold for 28. I probably paid either $9 or $11 for that. So, 2 G4 golf polos. I got these at Uptown Cheapskates clearance event. They were doing 80% off their clearance, and then the rest of the store was 25% off. So these were 25% off of $12, I think. So I got 3 of them, and then one buyer bought the 2 of these at the same time. So saved made a little extra money on combined shipping there. Very nice. This is a brand that you can find at like Marshalls or Ross. So I would look it up if you find it. It used to be a lot better than it is now. If you find their shoes, as long as they're not like beat up, they should be a buy. So pretty good brand. I like finding it a lot. This All Saints brand, hit or miss. Some of the items really good. Some of them the sell through is really bad. But they do have the style names on the tags. So this is, where is this? I guess this is. No, it's not right on the front, because I'm holding the tag up right there. Anyways, but you'll see the actual style name on the tag. This is the Tolnar Crew. So, I had to use my little sweater shaver on this for like 10 minutes. It is rough. Anyways, vintage cardigans are something I cooled down on a whole lot this year. I was buying these like crazy last winter. Oof. Man. Yeah, I was buying these like crazy. Now I'll really only buy them if I really like the pattern and they're like $5. So, but 27 bucks. It's not bad. Some Nike on-field Virginia Tech sweatpants. There's a little tag on these somewhere. Where is it? Yeah, down here on the side, on-field. But I mean, if I found pretty much any Nike like track pants that had some sort of team on it and they were in good condition, I would get them if they're the right price. So there was a Goodwill in my area that's like closing for renovations, so they're having half off of the whole store. I think these were tagged like 7 something. They would have been half off of that. So I don't know, less than $5 what I paid. I was kind of surprised by these, just random Levi's cargo pants, size 36 by 34 though. Actually had some good solds. There was one sold for like $40 or something. So These were only a couple dollars, so I picked them up. Sold them for $27.88, and they actually sold pretty fast. And then the day that I took them to the post office, I stopped at the thrift store after the post office, and I found another pair. They were size 34 by 34, but excited for those because I can just copy this listing. Very nice. If some of you guys might remember, I got a lot of like 14 of these Dixon flannels, all in women's sizing, but they've been selling pretty good for me, in between like 30 and 35. I paid 20% off of 7, whatever that is. So like after tax, around $6 each. So cool little vintage Cardinals jersey here. This has Scott Rowland on the back. Where is he? Stud. One of my childhood favorite players. And then it had a cool little patch on the side too. So very neat, pretty unique. Sold, I think this was my, no, that wouldn't have been my full asking price. I probably listed for like 35, if I had to guess. I remember finding this in the Halloween section for $5. My Goodwills, they put so much random stuff in the Halloween section when they have it. So if you don't look through the Halloween section at your local Goodwills, you probably should, because I found some really good stuff in there. I got kind of bailed out on this. This sold super fast. This sold in like a day or two. Just a really basic Marmot rain jacket. I didn't look it up in the store. Like this style code, I did not look up. I just bought it, and it turned out to be a women's size. I thought it was a men's 2XL. So, obviously, most men's jackets have more value than women's jackets. So I saw it as a women's. I was like, oh no. But surprisingly, it still sold fast. So if you see like a waterproof jacket from a brand like Marmot, I look up like the Columbia ones because those have style codes too. And sometimes you're going to be surprised. Like those can actually hold value. So I call it utility value. If it has like a functional use to it and people like actually are always going to need it for something, I tend to look those up a lot. Those hold a lot of value. Peter Millar performance pants. Or these are Crown Crafted. They're not like the performance. They're not the EB66 ones, but anything Crown Crafted Peter Millar, I tend to look up. It does pretty good for me. So, if you watch South Park, you know this is Tally. Hopefully, but new with tags. It was at a Plato's for like $12, so I got it. Sold for 33. Just like the cardigans, I'm cooling down on the varsity sweaters a little bit. The varsity sweaters are better than just random cardigans, but I was really hot on these. Like this one specifically, I think I paid like $15 for. So it sold for 35. It's like not terrible, but like I don't know. They're just not selling. I don't know if it's like not selling for what they used to, or if I was just biased because I think that they're cool, that I thought that they're better than they really are. I don't know, but I'm slowing down on those. Just a warning. These Nike, these are lined track pants. These ones are a little special though because they have little cargo pockets on the side. If you find these track pants with the cargo pockets, you're looking at like a base value of $35. Depending on the color and the size you have, you might have upwards of like $60, but definitely check those out. I paid up. These were tagged at 16 at a Plato's. I'm assuming I had my 20% off like rewards discount. So pretty much every time I go to Plato's, I have the 20% off because every time I go, I spend $100-something bucks. A little vintage Notre Dame champion pullover. This I think was a Notre Dame like bookstore one. Anyway, I got this while I was in Chicago. I love stopping when I'm on like road trips. Love seeing like what their thrifts are like. So this was out of Chicago. It's at a Goodwill. It was huge. It was really nice. I loved it. FootJoy. So this is a wool sweater, but this one has a liner on the inside. It's a wind stopping liner. So there are FootJoy like wool sweaters that don't have that liner. The ones with the liner are more valuable. So $30 for that one. International Concepts. This is my first time selling the brand, but just a shiny gold shirt. It was new with tags as well. So I think I paid $13 for this at a Goodwill. So yeah, if you just see anything really like shiny, loud, like you could wear it to a rave or a club, those usually do pretty good. Even if it's like a no-name brand. So good stuff there. Alright, Nike knew a tag. I always just look up the style code. Nike knew a tag. It's on here somewhere. Whatever. You guys don't care. Just, if you see new tags Nike stuff, just look it up. This is like a hand warmer for football players. 35 bucks. Nike Center Swoosh. This sold super quick. I think this is a 1 or 2 day sale. Sold for 34. I paid up a little bit. Spent 13 bucks on it. But, really nice item. So, yeah. How did I look these up? Usually when I find military stuff, the very first thing I'm going to look at is what year it was made. So on this one, it's not going to be in the stock number. Don't get tricked by the stock number. It's not up there. For this one, it's in this SP number. There's usually going to be a couple numbers and then a dash and then 2 numbers. The 2 numbers are the year. In a lot of vintage stuff, it'll be the DLA number or the DSA number or the DA number. And then also a lot of times, it's not the case with this one, but there will usually be 2 tags on like military items. So the first tag will just have this information that's on the top. Then there'll be a second tag that has like the name of the garment, like the brand that made it, the contents, and then like all the warnings. So this will usually be on a separate tag. A lot of times it'll be like on the pocket bag liner, so you have to dig around for it a little bit. But I'm looking at what year it was made, and then like I'm just looking up whatever the name of the item is. And then another thing you want to look up is the camo pattern you have. There's going to be different camo patterns. Yeah, that's a whole different rabbit hole. I'm not very good with that. If you don't watch Big Yumbo, he is good with that. I recommend watching that. If you watch his videos, you will learn about military stuff. He's super into it right now. True Religion, I only bought these because they're $6. I buy hardly any True Religion. $35. So cool item here. I live in the St. Louis area. Mike Matheny played for the Cardinals for a long time when I was a kid. Then he came back as a manager. So yeah, I was just thrifting, and this has like the tag on the inside, just like all the like player issue stuff, and it said Matheny on it. And after he was a manager for the Cardinals, he did go and manage the Royals, the Kansas City Royals. So I just put in my description, I was like, hey, it's like I don't have like a certificate of authenticity or anything, but I live in the St. Louis area. This was at the Goodwill that's in the bougie area of St. Louis. So you know, just do with that information what you must. Someone was confident enough to give me $40 on it, so yeah. More 7 diamonds, 4 with stretch, new with tags, so I got $40 for it. I feel like I've heard people talking bad on Cool's name, but I still love Cool. It depends on, the model and the size, obviously, but I never found the slacks. This is the first time I found them. If your model of Cool does not have the name printed on the pocket like that, it might have this little tiny tag underneath like the material tag. It'll just say the style number. Real easy for you. So, oh yeah, also if you have an item with a long inseam, usually that does good for the value. So these sold for $37.88. More Nike Center Swoosh. That was supposed to be the cover photo. Either way, sold for $40. Can't complain about it. I got this on discount because I was a ding dong and I walked past it multiple times for multiple weeks, not realizing it was worth anything. I thought that this little logo on the chest was like a custom, like random company embroidery, but that just stands for Eastern Mountain Sports, which is who made this jacket. I felt really silly when I figured that out, but it's an insulated jacket, Primaloft, just good value there. Sold super fast as well, so love that. Now, a lot of times, bigger waist sizes can be a bad thing, but I found in like the preppy brands, it's like Lululemon, and then I think it was Vineyard Vines, like on the go pants. I found multiple size 46 waist items for those brands. The sell-through on waist size 46 was amazing. So these actually, despite that, these did take a while to sell. But I did have 2 pairs. So
this pair finally moving for 40 bucks. I don't remember how much I paid for these, but I will tell you the Vineyard Vines pants sold very fast. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, if you see Nike running, is it usually right in the just like in the collar, they'll have Nike running, and if it's insulated, usually it's pretty good. Nike Aero Layer also good. So anytime I see a insulated Nike running piece, I'm looking it up by the style code. If you don't know where the Nike style code is, just go to the material tag, flip one underneath that. It's this. There's 6 digits and then a dash and 3 more digits. So if the full thing doesn't pull up the item, remove the last 3 digits. The last 3 digits are only for the color. So you'll still be able to find the model if you just look up the first 6. We got some vests going on here. I picked this up just because I thought it was interesting and unique. Turns out it's not that unique. There's a bunch listed, but mine still sold for 45, so suck it, everyone else that had one of these listed. Scotty vests. This Spire, 123 Go Media. I'm pretty sure it was them. If it wasn't this person, I feel bad, but I'm pretty sure it's this person. Absolute mess to deal with. Anyways, the reason this is valuable is because it's a travel vest. What that means, it just has a bunch of pockets, and usually there's like a anti-RFID something going on and anti-pickpocket stuff going on. So when you open this up, there's a ton of pockets on this. There's 26 pockets, so you can fit so much stuff in this thing. But there is a common issue with these. They have these little plastic screens on the inside pockets. Those will break down and crack and look all dirty and stuff. So check that out before you buy it. In this case, for me, it was still worth buying anyways. Sold it for $45. Promoted listing. Figure out how to buy on eBay, Mr. Paul. Alright, Y2K. Jeans. Big baggy jeans. So what I hear people say is, don't call the jeans baggy unless they're a 10-inch leg opening. I'm a little generous, and these measured at 9.5, but I call them baggy anyways. South Pole, this is the good, I mean, not this specific tag. This is the good South Pole logo. How about that? Yeah, just vintage South Pole stuff. I got these at a Plato's Closet. They had a couple flaws, but you know, still just a good style though. So, oh yeah, they're even missing like the big patch on the back pocket or on the back side. Little hole right there. Still sold for, what is this, 47 bucks? Pretty good. Alright, more flawed items. So nice big denim chore jacket. Very cool. Love it. It's got a plaid liner, corduroy trim. Love that too. Men's size. Love that. But we had a little hole on the sleeve, and then the bottom button was missing. Even with those 2 flaws, we sold it for 45 bucks. Moral of the story is chore jackets are good. Just grab them. Zero restriction puffer vests, also good. They're just insulated vests. Honestly, just anything that's a golf brand that has insulation on it, just look it up. A lot of the times it's really good. So this even had a little custom embroidery, and it still sold fast. $55. So yeah, little vintage polo. I still call these Harrington jackets. I've never gotten a Vero for calling them Harrington jackets, but apparently the brand Harrington, apparently they've handed out Veros for using the company name in a polo jacket title. So yeah, tread lightly. If you don't want to use Harrington, you can use Biswing. That's B-I dash, or maybe not dash, B-I-S-W-I-N-G. Let me check that out real quick. Yeah, it is a dash. Look at me go. So that's the other keyword. If you're too scared to use Harrington, I shouldn't say scared. If you want to avoid the risk of using Harrington. So yeah, I'm not sure why I did or didn't do that on this one. I don't know. But corduroy collar, and a nice little like leather pull on the zipper here. So pretty cool. I think there was something wrong with this though. It's just a little dirty, and I want to say the sleeve cuffs were also messed up. Yeah, a little bit of wear, but sold for $50 eventually. Polo Ralph Lauren. This item, like, this just doesn't look like a quality item to me. I think it's like all the wrinkling, but this is a packable jacket, so maybe that's why it's all wrinkled up. But like even like the zippers are all like wavy. It just doesn't look good, right? But like the packables coming off on here, still sold for $60, and there's a lot of people sending me like questions and stuff about it. It's a very in demand item. People wanted this thing. I'm clicking random pictures. I don't know why I click on random pictures. My apologies if you're trying to look and I click away. This is one of the older items in my store. Okay. I love if you see a Nike hockey jersey. Pretty rare. Nike stopped doing the hockey stuff a while ago, so if you see Nike hockey jersey, look it up. If you see any hockey jersey, look it up. Of course, they hold a lot of value. Um, these ones, they did have an issue where someone was putting like custom numbers on the back so that they could wear them for like their men's like rec league games. So I bought a bunch of them off one guy. I think he had like 6 or 7 of them, and I bought all of them for $50, and they sold amazing. There was 2 of them that were pretty rare, and even though they had like the custom number on the back, I sold them for like 150 and 175 each. So that's great. One of the oldest ones, I think it was the last one I had left. So that was all profit. I was already in the profit on this lot at this point. And back when I did my markdown sale, this jersey was only $40. But Kevin waited until it was off the markdown sale and then offered me 55 instead. So thank you, Kevin, so much. Rock Revival jeans. I'm paying up for Rock Revival jeans all the time. Sorry, that was my dryer. Okay, what is this? Rock Revival jeans, mostly men's jeans. At least that's what I'm picking up. I'm mostly picking up men's Rock Revival jeans. They hold a lot more value than the women's ones. They usually sell faster for me. So, and I just like, what's not to like? They sell for a lot of money. They have the style name right there. Like, and even if they're distressed, people still buy them because they're meant to look a little rugged, right? So, I love all of it. $70 on these. I don't remember how much I paid, but I can tell you I bought 2 pairs just a couple days ago, and they were priced $35 each. I had 20% off, so I paid $28 plus tax each, and I was still super happy to find them and pay that much. So, yeah. Naked and Famous. This is a tag you should know. Remember this tag. Honestly, though, if you see any tag that looks like this is like a tag vibe we like. We should, if something looks like this, let's look it up, okay? Button fly. If you see jeans, you're like, I don't know what these are, and they have a button fly, a lot of times good jeans will have a button fly, so that should be like one little like alarm bell ringing in your head. If you see a little red line on this pocket here, that's on this little like change pocket, whatever that is. What is that pocket for, please? So if you see this little red line surrounded by 2 little white lines, that is a selvage trim. If you see that anywhere, more alarm bells in your head. Please look them up. Anyways, Naked and Famous, they do a lot of selvage jeans. Collectors like them. Decent brand. Got these at Uptown Cheapskate. I think they were 25% off for $30. So, and then they sold in like 2 days for $80. Very nice. All right, we got some orange tabs. Not all orange tabs are made equal. You will need to make sure you look up the style number, or like the cut number. If you can figure out what year they're from, so that you can include the decade, that's also very important. The value in between 70s orange tabs versus 80s versus 90s, very different. Um, and then the size, of course. With a lot of vintage Levi's, like let's look at this patch. What size is this? These are tagged 36, 32. I can bet you like 9 times out of 10 on vintage Levi's, the waist size will be 2 inches smaller than whatever the tag size says almost every time. So yeah, these ones came in at 34, 31. For vintage Levi's, in the title, I always just put the real measurements, and then I explain in the description. Um, these are tagged as this size, but they currently measure as this when laid flat. Ooh, holy cow. Ooh. All right, let me see if I have any pictures of this. So if you go to look for like the inside tag and you go look inside the waist here and there's not a tag right there, don't freak out. It doesn't mean that they removed the tag. On older Levi's, sometimes it'll be like down in this area on the pocket. I didn't get a good picture that you can really tell where they are, but I think you can kind of see that these are like stitched into like the little side seam there. Um, yeah. Just Google Levi's tag history or Levi's tag guide. There's a lot of resources on the internet. There's a Reddit thread I like to refer to because there's like a graphic floating around where someone like just put pictures of tags and like they're labeled what year they're from, and then the people in the comments are like correcting the errors that are in that guide. So that's the one I usually use. Um, yeah, I don't know if I could actually read this or not, or if I just knew. I guess I just put 80s and 90s because I think just this tag spanned from the late 80s to early 90s. That's my guess. Um, but yeah, also, when you do find these vintage Levi's, a lot of the value can be determined by the fading. I think these ones are pretty nice. Good, like thigh fading. They have whiskers, like an interesting little like pocket fade here too. So this you should have some character on them, you know. All right, another. These are more salvage denim jeans. They did have some wear on them, a little hole here, but oh, wear in the crotch too. This is what the tag looks like. These were so neat. This is handwritten. Like whoever made these jeans like wrote this in there, and I don't know what that is. At the time, I thought, okay, it says 16 of 40. For a second, I was like, I I don't know what I was looking at, but they do like small batches of jeans. So there's only 20 of this pair or whatever, and then this is pair number 16. So I think that's super cool. Someone else did too. They paid $68 and international shipping. So okay, last 3 items. These items are all bangers. If you ever see this brand, you should probably pick it up. I got these on Facebook Marketplace. I paid $40 each. I drove 30 minutes to go pick them up. These are all from Sitka Gear, and these all sold within like 2 days of listing them. So 150, 140, 120. Awesome. So let's look at this. This is the Sitka Gear logo. They do hunting gear. Um, Gore-Tex, nice quality stuff. I love when brands put the like the gender sizing on the tag, so I know what it is. But let's see, where's this? On the very bottom here, they also put the style name, the model name. I love when brands do that. Made my job so easy. So, like, what more can you ask for, man? I love it. So, yeah, that's all there is to it this week. That's a long one, 35 minutes. I was yapping. Anyways, so I just recorded a video today. It's about my experience with promoted listings so far, whether I think it's worth it or not. So, if you have a store and you don't promote your listings, you need to watch that video. There's some really interesting numbers in it. And I think if you don't currently promote your listings, you will change your mind after you watch that video. So, keep an eye out for my next video release, and I will finally talk about that. I think I mentioned that last episode, but I'll see you next time.